it's a little bit random because I just want to talk about this horrible experience I am having with COWAY Mega. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. They're like an air filter company. They do, like clean air filtrations and air purifiers and all of that. They don't care about their customers, like at all. Like at all. They have been giving me the runaround for 2 weeks. I never received my products. They charged me $70 and the products are in the air and they don't care. And it's just pissing me off so much. I have to tell you guys, I just need to get it off of my chest. And also warn you not to buy them. Like, they're the worst. Like, I ordered some. Hi, Huang. I am giving a rant on my horrible customer experience with COWAY Mega because I need to get off of my chest, and you guys are my community, so I will tell you about it. I was so mad earlier. I have calmed down, but it started 2 weeks ago. It's been like 2 weeks. Hello, Churchill. So I ordered so I had the unit or whatever, and they're okay at this point. Just get Dyson, I ordered the unit. I ordered some filters, and then they were like, and they were gonna send it to me, and I used like Shop Pay to order it and get it sent to my way. And I never received it. And then I called them. I was like, hey, I never received it. And they're like, oh yes, you received it. It's UPS. You did get it. And I was like, okay. And I look at the picture, and they send it to an address that's not mine. They send it to, so my Shop Pay auto puts a P.O. box, right? Because that's what I use. Because my old address, all the houses were divided into apartments, and the UPS always gets lost. So I didn't even know they were using UPS. So then I called them, and I'm like, hey, actually, that's not, you guys send it to a house. I actually put a post office. And they're like, oh, yeah, so we used your billing address because your P.O. box, we don't send to P.O. box. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. But the billing address, all these are A, B, and C, D, D. So like that was left in someone else's house. And I was like, can you, I never got it. And they're like, here's a picture, you got it. And I was like, no, like I put a P.O. box, I never got it. And then, oh my God, I was just so angry. But like, I was very, very nice initially. Like, and I was still very nice. My last email was a little ranty, because it's been 2 weeks. And they're like, oh, we'll create a case, see what we can do for you. And I was like, great. And then I keep calling, and they keep saying, oh, the manager will get back to you or whatever. And I'm like, and then I found the mat of the person who did get it, and I knocked on this guy's door, and I left him a note, hey, I'm your neighbor, I think you might have gotten my filters. I never heard from him. He never gave them back to me whatsoever. And then I'm like, okay. And then I'm calling them. I'm like, I never received it. Can I talk to a manager? And then they're like, the manager will call you back. The manager never called me back that end of the day. His name is Fernando. He does not call me. And he just emailed me saying, this is proof that you received it, and a picture of the door that is not my door. They sent it somewhere else that is not me. And then they're like, that's it. Like, kind of like calling me a liar. And I was like, dude, I told you, I put a P.O. box. You guys didn't even send it to the address I gave you. If you guys don't accept P.O. boxes, then let me know. And they're like, it's on the website. And I was like, I use Shop Pay, a service that is on your website. When you use Shop Pay, it doesn't prompt you. It just submits the P.O. box. Like, it doesn't, like they're saying, like, you should have known. Like, you know what I mean? How would I know? Like, wouldn't you guys just email me back and be like, hey, we don't send to P.O. box? Not just assume that the billing address is correct, and then blame me when it gets sent somewhere else that I can't receive it. I never even put that address. And then the manager's supposed to call me. He doesn't even want to call me. He just sends me an email kind of making it my fault, basically calling me a liar, saying like, here's the door, you did receive it. And it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. COWAY Mega, horrible customer service. I am out of $70, you guys. That's a lot for me. I'm out of $70, and don't buy them. Literally don't buy them. Go with Dyson. They're a little bit more expensive, but they have the best customer service ever. Go with someone with better customer service. I'm sorry, but COWAY Mega just pissed me off. And I was so angry because I'm literally out of $70, you guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to fraud, like, I'm not trying to fraudulent you. You guys literally didn't send it to the wrong place and then made it my fault. Like, how, are you kidding me? Oh, sorry, I just needed to get off my chest. I was just so angry. It's been like 2 weeks and I've been trying to work with them and be so polite, but they're just like snippy and mean, and they act like it's my fault. Like, are you kidding me? Sorry, I had to just let you guys know. Please don't buy them. Horrible customer service from a real customer. They stole $70 from me and then told me it was my fault. Like, no. Okay, let me catch up with the comments real quickly. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. You guys are so sweet. Sure says hello. Juan says, yeah, they do. Oh, sorry. Oh my God, now like you guys are off of the tripod. Yeah, they do that a lot. They are annoying as hell. All of them do that. Yeah, well, I don't know. I've had other times where now I've learned my lesson. Like on ShopPay, I changed the address to like the physical version of the post office. But either way, I've had other times because I don't know what these companies are shipping with. And the warning they told me about didn't appear because I used ShopPay, a service that they offer. Like you can use it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you know what? Dude, like you guys should have helped. Other companies have like emailed me, hey, do you have another address? We actually don't. Do you get what I'm saying? They're kind and not like talk down to me either, you know? Ugh. And I was just so polite, but I just emailed them back so mad. This whole time, these 2 weeks I've been like losing my bananas with these people. Okay, Jonathan says, hi, Country Curry says, uh-oh, you guys gotta see me kind of mad. Juan says, you need to call the bank and stop payments so they can even get your money back. Yeah, I hope so. Honestly, I'm just like, what the heck? Like, Country Assistant Hearts, you guys are so sweet. This is why I like my community. Like I could tell you guys things and warn you, do not use them, okay? There are so many other air filtration companies that will treat you better. John says, I'm so sorry you experienced that. Aw, you guys are sweet. I literally titled, that's how mad I was. I hope corporate sees this. They're being really rude, right? I titled this video like, be nicer to your customers. We're giving you money. Like, do you know what I mean? Be nicer. There's so many companies that treat you so well, you know? John says number one. But tell me about your guys' day. How was your day today? Let me see if I have, it's funny because when I know with my videos, I usually, we always talk about like the weird stuff, but today it was like, I need to get something off of my chest. Juan says, if you go to your bank and tell them on bank that you never got the product, they will immediately start a dispute. Yeah, I have to contact my bank to see what they say. That's actually good advice, Juan. Thank you. Sammy says, buenas Lolas. Hi. Buenas. Yeah, sorry. I'm just like so angry. I need to let that go. You are a queen and you should be treated as one with all due respect. Oh, so sweet. You guys are so sweet. Aw. Everybody should be treated like so well in their life, right? We should all like, you know, there's so many great companies that treat you so good, you know, and we should all treat each other with respect and love and happiness. Yes, like humans, like human beings. I know, like human beings. And go to corporate and tell them they have to work on it. You can give them the info so they can get an attitude. I know, like just be nice to each other, you know? I meant, yeah. We're all humans. Okay, so I have here my notes from like weird stuff that we could talk about today. Give me 1 second. Okay, there's a movie that people keep referring to, and it's called Believe Everything. No, sorry. It's Snake Eyes, and they say there's a quote that says, believe everything but what you see, like in media, which is interesting. How was your day besides that other stuff? It was actually really good. I was looking at like weird conspiracies to look for you guys. Oh, you know what's really weird? okay, I do have a story. I have like a doorbell camera, and I kept going off, and I'm like, and the thing is, I'm not paying for the subscription, so I don't get to keep. I can only look at live footage of what's going on outside. I don't get to. It doesn't actually record. So it kept going off, and I look, and it'll show like a few seconds before, and I look, and there's a bunch of SWAT members, like SWAT team, like the police, like running, but like secretly running, like running in secret, like running quietly across, like the front part of the area, and I was like, oh my God, and then I see there's like a bunch of police, there's a bunch of cars and whatnot, and then all the police cars are out there. I wait for a while once the lights turn on. I guess they took someone down in some other home down that way, but they ran in front, which was kind of interesting. I was like, what is going on? Oh, also, I have a cat that comes visits me now in front of my door. It's so sweet. It says hi. My boyfriend says it's Simba's girlfriend because it's a little girl cat. Okay, so let me catch up to the comments. Jonathan says your eyes are so captivating. Your smile is impeccable. Aw, thanks. Aldra says, no. Thank you, Juan. Salem de Telefon. I don't know what that is. Mariam. Ah, que bueno. Yes, I know. I have a little cat friend. And I know she has like an owner because she has a little collar. So I don't know who owns her, but she comes around. She'll like, and my bell, my doorbell thing goes off, and I'll come out and say hi. And she like throws herself and wants cuddles. It's so sweet. Country, does the cat like your cats? I'm not sure because Simba and Maya are indoor cats, but she's like right out there, and Simba will look at her by the couch. So he'll be like on the couch, like right by the door, and they kind of just like look at each other. They're just like, and he's not trying to go out. I think right now sometimes I'll bring him out, but like I'm holding him or whatever. He likes outside. Maya does not. Oh my God, she's an indoor. The door opens and she's hiding somewhere. Like she does not like the outside. So Jonathan says, I admire you from Tempe, Arizona. I've been to Tempe actually. No, yeah, I have been to. It was a long, long time ago. You know, they say Arizona got some spirit portals. I've heard that there are some spiritual things. Oh, do you guys want to know something creepy? So, for those who don't know, I give ghost tours. And I got this at like a spirit shop. It's like, it has like crystals like to protect you or whatever. And I lost it. I didn't know where it went. And today I cleaned all the floors in all the rooms. Like I vacuumed and Swiffered and cleaned and just like deep cleaned everything. And so I knew everything that was on the floor. I went to go take a shower. And I lost this like 2-3 weeks ago. I went to go to take a shower, and in front of my door, not in front of the shower door, but in front of the bedroom door. So I had to get out of the bathroom door and then turn. In front of the bedroom door, this is there. It's just laying on the floor right in front. And I knew it wasn't there because I just cleaned it. And it wasn't the cats because they were in the other room. It was just laying right there for me to see it. What do you guys think of that? Isn't that? It's funny. I'm so used to the weird stuff. I'm like, oh, nice. Thanks for bringing it back, whatever it was. Thanks for bringing it back. I was like, is there someone here? But yeah, I'm already kind of really used to all the weird stuff in this reality. Anyways, okay. So I actually have to. I don't know. I was thinking of the claim thing. One second. I need to. No. So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we were gonna look at the Arizona thing. Portals in Arizona. So it says remote mountain community known for its nature, beauty, and outdoor recreation. So in Sedona, there's said to be energy vortexes, which are believed to be some of the most concentrated, palpable energy gateways or interdimensional portals in Sedona. That's interesting. Let's see, Sedona, Arizona. Sedona, Arizona. Wow, it's so beautiful too. Let's see. It says it's raining in your part of Florida, and it's pouring down where I am. Ooh, is it? It's not raining right now. Not here. But it does rain a lot. I like the rain. I like when I do ghost tours and it's raining a little bit. Not like crazy. We're like, ah. But a little bit is nice. And then like cloudy, you know? Sedona. What? So if there's an energy vortex, what does that mean? Like is it good for like bringing things into this reality? Like why would someone go to Sedona, Arizona? Like what would they do there? Sedona, Arizona portals. Let's see. Sedona, Arizona portals, more commonly known as vortexes, are believed to be locations where Earth's energy is concentrated and flows in a swirling, spiraling motion, promoting spiritual connection, healing, and self-discovery. Interesting. Spirals out. So it says vortexes sites are considered conduits for spiritual connection, whether it's a connection to nature, divine, or one's inner self. These places offer space for contemplation, self-discovery, and spiritual experiences. So it's just like a high vibe place. It looks really beautiful. It's funny, I actually did live in Arizona for a little bit. I lived in Phoenix and I worked in Scottsdale. I liked Phoenix's culture more. It was like more youthful and people were like, I noticed they were like more friendly and like hippie, like very hippie and artsy people, which I really liked. There was like a lot of like hippie like festivals and things, and like I remember there was like they closed like a street down and it was just full of art and it was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, you guys. I'm gonna do something. Give me 1 second. Oh crap. How am I gonna do this? Oh, 1 second. I need something. Oh, here we go. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. You say Mr. Skeleton in the back. Okay, so let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Guess who's back again. Guess who's back again. Hello, Daniel. I'm doing great. And Mohammed. Wow, 42 of y'all. When I'm my vampire self, it seems to bring more people who want to talk to the dead. Dun, dun, dun. You look absolutely gorgeous. Thanks. You're sweet. Okay. So, we were talking about Sedona. And then, let's see. I have something here. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Snake Eyes movies. I keep hearing that to check it out. It's Believe Everything But What You See movie. And there's like a famous quote. What is this movie about? It's with Nicolas Cage. The dead of the Fae, you never know. The dead of the Fae, you never know. What does that mean? The dead of the Fae. The dead of the Fae. The dead of the Fae can possibly refer the possibility that some Fae beings are actually spirits of the dead. Ooh. The belief that fairyland is a realm for the dead, mythological tales of lost human souls becoming Fae after death. The idea that Fae are dying out in some fictional universes or metaphorical interpretation of Fae death as the end of an era or way of life. Interesting. Fallen souls. The connection between Fae and death extends to the fate of human souls, which may become trapped in the Fae world. I mean, it's not, I know there's like the whole theory, like, oh, there's this British guy that he claims that he swears he ran into like a Fae, like a being that's not from this world, and it took shape of a human. And he felt like it was like looking for a girl. Because some of these, you know, stories of these Fae or like beings like elementals from the next realm, or, you know, fairyland, people think of Disney, but there's a lot of lore behind it. Irish lore, Scottish lore, whatnot. So this man claimed that his story is so intriguing. He's on YouTube. I forgot his name. I'm sure you can find him. He had a terrifying encounter with a Fae man. So this man that I'm talking about is a gay man, and he used to work at like the gay strip. There's like a strip like in the clubs, but there's like a strip in England that it is just like, you know, how he said, for the gays. And he was walking home because he doesn't have a car. At this time, he didn't have a car, and he didn't want to take an Uber. It was expensive, and he was getting off of his shift. He was walking home, and he sees this beautiful man, pale, blue eyes, like tall, and well built, and he's walking towards him. And when he walks towards him, so he's gay man, right? So he's like, oh, you know, when he walks towards him, this man's eyes look so like wrong, like not human. Like, I'm gonna try to make how he described it. I'm gonna try to make my eyes look like dead. Like, hello, where the girls at? Where the girls at, mate? Where the girls at? So no blinking, just like, I'm gonna try that again. I'm gonna try with a man's voice because it's funny. Where the girls at? Where the girls at, mate? Where the girls at, mate? So, because it's British. So it was something like that. So this man comes up to him, asking him where the girls at. Because he's trying to, and he's in the wrong street, basically. He's like, you're kind of in the wrong street right now. This is like the gay street. And he directs him the next way. And the way he's walking straight, right? So this guy passes him, and he got an eerie feeling because he was like, wrong street, mate. Go that way. So, but then he passes him, right? And so he's going down, right? And he's walking this way, and he keeps walking down that way. And as he's walking, his heart drops just a little bit. Because remember, the guy goes behind him and keeps walking. He sees something walking towards him, and he's like, no way. And he looks behind him, and he doesn't see anybody. And he's walking towards him, and it gets closer, and he starts to see it. And he's like, oh my God, it's the man. He's officially freaking out because there's no way that this guy, this guy crossed him, right? He walked this way and he kept walking this way. There's no way that this guy would be over here again. There's just no way. Like, no physical human way, okay? As like a human physical body with our current laws of the universe that we currently believe are true, right? I mean, I feel like a lot more is possible than what is taught in books, but to our current physical reality, it freaks him out a little bit, okay? So he sees him again. He sees him again, and his heart drops. This guy, you know, he finds him good looking, but I mean, he's still scared because he's like, what the heck, right? And he sees him, and his heart drops, right? And he sees him again, and the guy's like, hi, mate. Right, I'm gonna try to do the guy voice again. Hi, mate. Where are the girls at? Where's the girls at? Let me try to do it again, a little bit more creepy. I might have to do the girl voice, but the dead eyes. Where are the girls at, mate? Where are the girls at? And he does this to him again, and he's freaking out. So he's like, not here, not here. And he quickly walks away, right? And he's walking away fast, right? He's fast walking. And this guy passes him again, right? And then he's starting to freak out a little bit, and everything is closed around him because it's like 2 or 3 a.m. Except he's walking this way, and he sees a diner. A lot of diners are 24/7. So he sees a diner, and so he's like, maybe I should go in and just calm myself down because it's a diner. I'll feel better. You know, I'm surrounded with people. And then he starts walking up to the lighted diner. You're not gonna believe what happened. You guys are not gonna believe what happened. He's walking up to the lighted diner, and as he's walking to it, the diner's here, he sees the guy in the window. The guy is sitting in a booth in the window, and he's looking outside like this. So he's sitting in the booth. So I'm gonna act like I'm sitting right here. He's sitting in the booth, and the window's right here. Oh my God, the sneezes. I'm sorry about that. So the booth is right here. Okay? And the window's right here. And he turns. And the guy's walking. Okay? He's walking, and he sees him in the window. His face is right up to the window. Right up to the window. And the guy's waving at him. And this poor man, I told you he's very feminine. He's a gay guy. He sees that as he's walking in by it, and he starts to cry. He starts to cry and run. And he ran so fast. And he's crying like excessively and running and running. And he ran all the way home. And then he swears, he's like, that was a fae. That was looking for a girl to take back to his world. Because they do look for human mates sometimes, you know. And once they like you, once they fall in love with you, oh God, if you don't love them back, sorry. If you do, then it's happily ever after. You gotta go to their world, but you don't usually come back. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so let me catch up to the comments. The sneezing was funny because it was like in the most, I was like, no, I wanted to be scary, which it was. So let me catch up to the comments. So Huang says, it means that there are fae who live among the dead in Ireland. Also, some of the dead become fae after they die. Yes. Oh, I see, like a reincarnation type. Daniel says, I've been watching you for a few days and I must say you're freaking amazing in so many ways. Oh, thank you so much. Wolf Clan says, are those your real teeth and did it hurt? One says, Banshee, for example, is the spirit of the dead woman who died in childbirth. So they warn people when death is near. I did hear about the Banshee. I didn't know her story though. All I heard was there's this wailing woman that literally comes in like white dress and all she does is cry and scream at you. Like this entity, all she's known for is going oh and crying and wailing, and I'm like, that's horrible. Like, I just see a wailing woman, but apparently that means death is coming. I didn't know that she died during childbirth. That would make sense. Fairy woman. Country Kirby's like, oh. This is hi, mate. Dennis, are you single? No, I have a boyfriend. Juan says, yeah, it's weird because there are accounts of jinn who look like that with dead eyes and weird frozen appearances. Ooh, I feel like I had an encounter. I had 2 encounters with jinn. Not fae. They were doing that to me, trying to scare me. I remember one, there's this, it was like 3 a.m. and there was this car right next to us. This was a long time ago, so I was driving with someone else. There was a car right next to us, and we're in a red light, okay? This is one of the scariest things I've seen. The thing is, spirits and stuff I've seen, but like when it's like physical, it's like scarier, you know? This freaking woman in the red light, something tells me, look to your left, look to your left. Her face is plastered, okay? On her window, like plastered on the window, like, but with dead eyes, like on it, and it was so scary. I started to scream like, drive. It was so scary, like just plastered. She was like trying to scare me, and she did. She fed off of the energy for sure. That was one of the gin experiences. This says, hey, how long have you been going live for? Ooh, for 32 minutes. Are you single? No, I have a boyfriend. You know, bloodsucker. Okay. Leah says hi. One says, for me, her ticket. Oh, it says, for me, a girl voice is creepier than the male. Sounds like Pee Wee Herman and Godzilla. The male voice. Exactly. Don't forget to share and subscribe. Yes, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Why the skeleton? Ooh, this is Mr. Sorry. This is Jerry, right here. Country says, oh, hell no. Juan says, remember that Faye story? That sounds like a random store spirit, like Faye, just effing with him. Yeah, it could be. He's just trying to scare him and kind of like, but I do see his perspective though, where it was, I feel like, yeah, it was probably messing with him, but I think it was also looking for a woman to take back, because they are known to look for partners in humans sometimes. Mike says, hi. You think I told you about the one Slavic story about the guy who was killed by the Fae woman who's obsessed with him? Yes, I think you did tell me that. That one is like, am I thinking of the right one? Sorry, there's so many stories in my brain. I'm pretty sure you did. Okay, that's a funny one. Yeah, because kneeling or wailing at funerals. So we're talking about the Banshee, which is the crying woman that wails. And if you see her like wailing, a random woman wailing, that could mean that death is around. It says, yeah, because kneeling or wailing at funerals was started by the goddess Bridget, when she mourned the death of her husband and son, so it became funerary tradition since then. Really? They do it themselves. No. Huang says, what? Thank you, Huang. Juan Catalan says, she could have been Floridian. La there's plenty of, okay, you guys were talking. So, Cyril says hi, Man says hey. So, we talked about the Wailing Women Banshee. We talked about the Fae creatures. Let me think what else. Dun 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 dun. Let's see. Wailing Woman, the Fae creatures. Sorry, my brain is like hopping everywhere because I'm still thinking of the freaking filters. I have to let that go right now. I have to let that go. Okay, so I'm just thinking because Snake Eyes. Oh, I have a good conspiracy, you guys. I have a good conspiracy. So, where are the bodies going? There are some. This is definitely a conspiracy theory, like full on. There are people who work in funerals that have claimed that some of these caskets kind of feel light, like there's not a body in it when they are putting it 12 feet under. Also, there is, what did I say? This is purely for entertainment purposes because I have not researched this much. It's purely conspiracy, but it is interesting. Putin said that Americans are eating each other and they just don't know, and he has proof. And then there's this woman that found a child's tooth. McDonald's got sued because they found like a child's tooth in one of their meat. And then for some reason, hospitals have some type of deal with McDonald's for some reason. I don't know. This is just pure conspiracy. I have not looked into any of this, and it's just fun hearsay, okay? So, let me catch up to the comments. So, Juan says, no, silly, I was making a joke that gins you saw could have just been regular Floridian. Yeah, it could have been a woman messing with me. But the problem was that her facial structure, when I saw that woman like with her face plastered on the window, her facial structure just looked so bizarre to me. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like not right. Her eyes were dead. Her mouth was like, I don't know. And it really creeped me out. Like uncanny. You know the uncanny effect? When something is trying to be human, but it is not. It's like a fox in pig's clothing. You know? A predator trying to blend into being one of us. But it's not. I can tell. I feel like the uncanny experience is human nature. At one point, maybe there were predators that could mimic us and look like us, and that feeling of the uncanny, which is like human but not human. Like when you see a robot that looks too human and something's off, that feeling could be an instinctual feeling. Okay, I am trying to fix this light. I don't know. Now I'm in the dark. Let me see something. I guess like that. Okay. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, Ronan says there was a dark shadow behind you. Ooh, dun dun dun. You mean that? That's Jerry. That's just Jerry. I'm from Florida. Rich says hello. Something. I think Talal says, I think you will succeed if you act in horror films. Aw, great friends. Thanks. Okay, so let's continue. Let me see if I can. Perfect. Hee I'm holding the light with my foot right now. I'm just like, give me 1 second. Oh my god. Just stay, please. There we go. Kind of. Aha! Yes, perfect. Okay, so where are the bodies going? That is the one of the conspiracy theories that is going around TikTok right now. Let's see, TikTok. Where are the bodies going? Let's see if I can find any of these videos.
Where are all the dead bodies going? I made a video in 2023 actually, and it's just started getting some likes again. So I've just seen it again. It's actually quite a decent video. But it went something like this. I was driving with my daughter a couple of years ago. And we went past the graveyard and she said, Dad, why do graveyards never get full up? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, well, we've been driving past the same graveyards for years and they never seem to get full. Where do all the dead bodies go? You know, there's millions of people being born every day, and they reckon there's millions of people dying every day, but where do they go? We never see a new graveyard being built. When's the last time you saw a graveyard being built? Now, I've got parents and family members that have sadly passed away and go and visit the grave. There never seems to be any new graves in the graveyard, and it's certainly not full. So, I said to my daughter, I don't know. Now, I'm sure there's some conspiracy theorists out there that would tell us that McDonald's have got contracts with hospitals, but it's a genuinely decent question, isn't it? How come you never see a new graveyard being built?
See, the conspiracy with McDonald's having contracts with hospitals is interesting.
And where do all the bodies go? Where are all these people that are dying going?
Hello,
Or is there just maybe not as many people on the earth as you think? I saw a video yesterday, actually. It makes me think that this guy was saying there isn't 8 billion people on the earth. There's less than 100 million. I've not gone and counted them all. It's just something that we get told. So, answer in the comments, where are all the dead people going?
Ooh, I see
have you ever seen a new graveyard being built?
Ooh.
Where are all the dead bodies going?
There's a bizarre comment here that says, yes, it's true. The Bible tells us the last days we'll be eating the flesh of our sons and daughters. Jeremiah 19. Oh my God. So, Man and Van says, good evening, Miss Paulina. Good evening to y'all. Juan says, I mean, to be fair, it's McDonald's, so I wouldn't be surprised. I know McDonald's keeps getting dragged in these videos. Chelsea says, hi. Man and Man says, please don't forget to double tap your screen, hit like, subscribe, everyone. Yeah! If you like this type of content, when we talk about all the weird stuff in this reality, make sure to like, subscribe, and heart the video, because I do live often and we can share different things and, you know, be kind to each other. Okay, so, what's good, people? Okay, it's turned on. So, let's continue. I do have some of my saved. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. So, oh, the NASA thing. I'm going down the rabbit hole with the moon landing because NASA, they had a press conference and they were like, yeah, we're going to the moon for the first time. And people are like, for the first time, and they clipped that. Like, it's clipped. Like, they literally said that by I don't know. Maybe it was by accident or on purpose. I feel like a lot of things, like spiritually, you have to like tell it publicly. That's why you have like Simpsons predicting stuff before they can do it. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's like they're putting it out in the universe to see if it'll come true. Ooh, I don't want this to fall. Here we go. You're nice, Paulina. You're so nice. Okay, some of these comments are funny. Okay, so Spirituality. So look at the NASA thing. Oh yeah, this guy will look for. So here's the thing, like there are back when they did the moon landing the first time and they supposedly forgot all the technology. We didn't have social media, right? So people couldn't review the videos and things like that. And now they're reviewing the videos that NASA has released or images or things like that. And it's being really dissected. And it seems pretty fake, I'm not going to lie. Timothy says, hi. This guy, his name is, did you know that? 123 on TikTok. He literally will take parts of videos and be like, look, there's a guy in the corner from this shot on the moon, you know, or things like that. Let me see if I can play a little bit.
Whoops, I'll get it. Sometimes. So this clip is someone pushing former President George Bush through a NASA site. When you look behind, you see, what is that? And something green floating, almost.
It looks like they had like rooms where they would like film things. It's kind of insane. Wang says, you know the Lone Gunman TV show spinoff from X-Files actually predicted 9/11 in its first episode, except that in that episode, the U.S. government programmed the plane to crash. See, like, I feel like spiritually for them to try to do things in this reality, they have to tell us somehow. They tell you through music, they tell you through movies. And also the law of attraction, like whatever you put out, you have masses believing it and watching it, you can put more energy towards that. When Chris says, are your teeth running? I don't know, China thinks. Brazil, Gilmar, ooh. But yeah, I feel like a lot of the stuff they disclose to us. And you just don't know, you know? I mean, I had a whole series here on on YouTube, where I was just taking snippets of Simpsons predicting things. And they predicted a lot of things, you know? It's just a way of informing or getting people used to ideas of different things. Makes you feel like you're in a matrix a little bit. I mean, the whole Charlie Kirk thing, right? There's like a whole movie on it, right? If I'm not wrong. And then the Simpsons predicted like the political stuff. Also like a weird three-eyed fish in some factory. They predicted a lot of stuff. Wang says, yeah, the guy who created this show freaked out and asked if the terrorists had gotten the idea from him, but they told him no. They had been planning it for years, so the poor man freaked out. Aw, that is sad. I also do believe that a lot of ideas are in the ether, and then different people will get different ideas. And that poor guy's probably scarred for life. I feel so bad for that guy if he had nothing to do with it. And you kind of just access different ideas. Some people do different things with them, good or bad in this case. Chris says, you're a beautiful woman. Aw, thanks. No speak English. Aw. Eu falo um pouquinho português. Brazil. The skeleton name is Jeremy. Ooh. So Edison says hello. Hello. Yeah, I do feel like the light bulb, right? It was like a few people who thought of it at the same time. There's like a lot of things that were invented more or less at the same time by different people, or they had the same idea in different parts of the world. I feel like ideas are just out there, and then you kind of receive them. You can receive things, you know. Entiendo portugués un poco. Huang says, I don't know if they found him yet. Oh, can you check real fast? Wait, found who? The guy, the one that predicted the 9/11 in his TV show? Guy created a show. Guy who predicted 9/11 on TV show. Lone Gunman Pilot 2001. The Simpsons also did too. You guys, the Simpsons episode, The City of New York versus Homer Simpson's 1997. Conspiracy theories emerge years later after a scene in this episode. It shows a magazine ad with a $9 price next to a silhouette of the Twin Towers, which some claim resembles 9/11. The show's creators have dismissed the bizarre coincidence. Dude, The Simpsons has like way too much predictions. Also, if you guys like this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. I do live often, you know. The Lone Gunman Pilot 2001. The pilot episode of this X-Files spinoff, which aired in March 2001, features plot where a secret group within the U.S. government conspiracies to crash a commercial airline to the World Trade Center. I feel bad for that guy, because as an author, like what you're saying, Juan, like he didn't know and he's asked it, like that would definitely mess with my psyche if I made that TV show. Like really, you know? So Gilmar says, "Vos es vampira." Sí. Oh my God. Juan says, "No, the president was missing a little while ago. Trump, they think he wandered off." Wait, what? Also, I have not been paying attention to the news like that. It's funny, I'll go down the conspiracy rabbit hole on TikTok, but the news, I know the government shut down. But I don't know why. I haven't been paying attention. I'm just like with mainstream media, I'm just like, oh, it's just so much chaos. I'm like, let's hear about the fake moon landing. Let's. Do you know what I mean? It's just like overwhelming sometimes. And I don't believe most of the mainstream media anyway, so let me see something.
Did President Dwight Eisenhower?
Oh, that one was a good one. A lot of people believe that President Dwight Eisenhower did an agreement with the Greys that they can experiment on people in the U.S. And then that's why you had all of the abductions starting in the 60s. And the agreement was for the U.S. to have technology. Dun, dun, dun. Can you imagine? Is this guy's the way to choose life? Free Palestine? Is that a lizard? No. This is Jerry. It took me a minute to put my hand. Jerry! Hello, Baslings. Hi. Could you check it to see if maybe they found him already? I'm genuinely curious. Wait, is that true? Is Trump missing? Wait a minute. It says he is not missing in late August and early September. No. There's no recent credible reports are suggesting that Trump is missing. No, I don't think he's missing. Algon says, if you don't mind me asking, what do you see yourself in the future? I love to just keep doing weird conspiracy, community, paranormal. This whole point of this community is to talk about all the weird stuff in the world and our beliefs and spirituality, whatever, you know. But in an open community, we spread love and light and happiness, and we're open, you know, respectful to each other. And I would just love to keep growing this community. I mean, that's what I love to do. In TikTok, I do have spooky stories, you know, but here I'm more just on growing the community. We all just like hang out and talk about all the weird stuff, you know. So, do you drink blood? Wahahaha, asked Carlos. Not you. Okay, not you. Country Curtis says, couldn't find the skeleton, laugh aloud. Here he is. Here. Oh, when I was doing this. Yeah, because I'm using the camera to look. And I'm not physically looking. I'm doing great. Yumbra says, hello, Todd. One of the channels I saw that is good for news seemed to suggest it. I can send it to you if you want. Oh, really? Yeah, sure. Do you see for now? How's that? So this is tonight. Well, we've talked about everything tonight. From my frustration with this air filter company to freaking aliens to fairies. This guy that claimed that he ran into this fae man and he ran away from him. He was crying and running away to just everything. Honestly, we've gone up and down, and people talk about their weird experiences in life. If you've ever encountered anything weird in this reality, let me know in the comments below. I mean, that's what we talk about. We just talk about people's encounters, and it makes you question this reality, right? And what creatures lurk around the corner. Dun, dun, dun. Joaquin says, it's beautiful. Oh, thanks. How old are you? I'm 501. Have you watched The Conjuring? Yes, but it's funny. I have to, like, recoup my memory. I just saw it, like, so long ago, you know?
Let's take this.
Oh, my God. I just opened a trailer by accident. It's funny. The last Exorcist movie was hilarious. It was not even funny. I mean, it was not even scary. They had one jump scare. That was it. Like, it was just funny. Like, I'm like, okay, I went to see it with my neighbor. We were like, okay. First I've ever heard of that. The Fae thing. Ooh, the Fae. So the Fae are like elementals or creature, like nature spirits, kind of. And they're really like known more in like people in, there's like straight up people in Ireland that really believe in them, and they believe that they protect nature, but also they're scared of them because they like will take humans, and there's so many things. There's so many lores. There's these Fae, like if you go down the scary lore, which is like the changelings, where they steal your children and they replace it with their children that they don't want, and then they take your child, you know? Or there are like really nice ones, like, oh, fairies will help you out. Or be careful if you see the mushroom circle. That's the Fae circle. Okay. Chris says, nothing is weirder than getting, okay. Juan says, yeah, I just looked up a bunch of posts online talking about him possibly missing. What? I don't know what I read off of the Google. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm bummed. No, thank you for what you do for us. Oh, thanks, Stella. I'm glad you're happy. I mean, yeah, I mean, the whole point of this is to create community where we can all just talk and express our different ideas, you know, about this reality, you know. I don't see that many people doing that either, where it's just like, we're all just chatting, you know, which I love. And David says, she looks like she, oh my God, no. And it says, where are you from? So originally I'm from Puerto Rico, and now I live in Florida. Juan says, it seems like he's been missing from the public since August. So that's a conspiracy. Oh. So people are claiming he's missing due to health. Sorry about, I got confused. No, you're good. Are you watching Bad Bunny halftime show? Is that today? People keep talking to me because I'm from Puerto Rico. So I had this girl at work. She's like, you're from Puerto Rico, right? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, Bad Bunny. And I was like, huh? It's just like, it was so funny because it just giving me stereotypical things. She kept asking me about stereotypical things. So let me keep. Dave says hello, hi. The fair, I can see him running off. Oh my God. Chris says, okay, no, I'm being weird. I like your side teeth. It's real. Always put salt in the doorway and then sleep. Keeps you. Interesting. Oh, I did say, like, I had a weird experience where I feel like this was moved right in front of my door. Oh, we also talked about, like, so there's a guy that's not like Fortnite, which is kind of funny. We also talked about, like, aliens. Ooh. Who believes in aliens? Let me know in the comments below. Who has had a weird experience with aliens? Through Atlas 3, or whatever. I feel like that's a little bit of a distraction. Okay. So, enjoying your life. Aw, thanks, Eric. Todd Windows. Hi, cool teeth. Yeah, thanks. Guess what do we get? Yes, thank you. Would like to be my friend. He's Jimmy. Nice to meet you, Jimmy. We're all friends here. Okay, so this over here, this is Jeremy. Okay. What was I gonna talk? Dun, 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 dun. So we were talking about. Oh yeah, President Eisenhower. So there is there is a conspiracy that states that President Eisenhower had two deals. First, it was with one set of aliens. This lady actually talks about it. Let me see.
Did President Dwight Eisenhower really meet President Dwight Eisenhower during that time was having a meeting with different alien species? The first being the Nordics.
The Nordics. So, this is a conspiracy theory. President Dwight Eisenhower met with the Nordics originally, and and they try to make a deal with him saying, if you disable your nukes, we'll give you technology. And he said no. Then he met with the gray aliens, the ones that are like typical, like from the movies. The Nordics would be like tall, like blue-eyed, blonde, kind of look like humans, honestly. But the grays don't look like us. The grays are like these short, little scary things. So then he met with the gray aliens, and they gave him another deal. And the deal was, if you let us experiment on your humans, but won't hurt them, and we'll erase their memory, and your cattle, they did murder a bunch of cattle, we'll give you technology. And he took that one because he gets to keep his nukes. And that's why in the 60s, you have a bunch. You have the first, the really big UFO abduction story, and then a bunch of them back to back. I don't know where this conspiracy came from. I don't know why it has to do with the president specifically. I have no idea what the origin is. It's just like reiterated, just like I'm reiterating it to you. So I don't know if I should even believe it. It's just an interesting thing that is running through the internet. Okay, so Huang says maybe set up Kirby or as a moderator for some of these comments. It's fine. When it gets like really bad, I'll do it. But it's fine. As of right now. Blazing says first contact. I haven't had any experience. Do you guys think though, like Project Bluebeam, it's like this this journalist wrote a theory because he like tried to follow a bunch of these secret societies where they would try to fake an alien invasion. I honestly think there are interdimensional creatures everywhere anyways. But do you think with 3i Atlas they'll try to fake an alien invasion? They're definitely using it as a distraction tool for sure. Joaquin says subscribe on. Oh, thanks for subscribing. Last Fall says hi. Russell says hi. No. Okay. Are you a vampire? Blazing says call the Eisenhower first contact. Pretty interesting theory. Yeah, it is a pretty interesting theory. That also reminds me of that movie. Have you guys seen that? What was it with Will Smith? I think there was an alien movie. Is that the same one that I'm thinking of? That was Goofy. And no, that's Independent. Okay, I'm not thinking of that one. I'm thinking because Independence Day was like serious, right? Alien movie. Like, can you imagine that's how they bring like the world together? Independence Day. Yeah, that one was serious, right? That would be like Project Blue being fake and alien invasion, so you can have one world order. But then, not Independence Day. There was this goofy movie that I watched as a kid with these hilarious, and they what killed them was music in the radio. Alien movie, Goofy, and it was like really goofy. Oh, Mars, is it Mars Attacks? I remember really liking Mars Attacks. It was like the most goofiest alien movie ever. One second. Yes, Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks, definitely check it out. It was so goofy with their little brain heads things. Okay, let me catch up on the comments real quickly. Blazing says that one is called Project Dolphin, the fake invasion one, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I thought it was Project Bluebeam because there's an, oh, I cracked my chair. There's like a whole author who talked about it, if I'm not wrong. What is Project Dolphin? Let me look that up. Project Dolphin. If it's going to... Oh, it has to do with the government of India. That's interesting. Oh, but it might be just like fictional. I'm not sure. I have to look more into it. But Project Bluebeam was an actual author that he actually went to jail for a day and then he died the next day. So a lot of people think that he was killed, but he was really stalking like a lot of like the people in like higher like politicians, people in like these Freemasonry type of secret societies and things like that. And that's where he based his predictions. Something about, you mean Men in Black? Oh, I have heard of the conspiracy, like Men in Black are real. And I've heard it where like people will see something and then they see the Men in Black, or they think they're actually an alien species that look like Men in Black. And they're just kind of like monitoring spirits type of thing. Oh, these, I don't know, maybe they're the teeth. Dentist, yeah, Mars Attacks is a music killing the aliens. Yes, Mars, I love that movie. As a kid, I thought it was so funny. If you guys want to see a funny alien movie, Mars Attacks. From, oh, that's you're right. Sorry, stop. Hey, I'm from India. Just I want some donuts, some dolphins. You know, there's another conspiracy theory going down the dolphin route, where it's like, oh my God, where it's, okay, going down the dolphin route, it's, give me a second. People believe that dolphins are actually extremely intelligent. I know, for example, my cats, they communicate me, just not necessarily the way humans communicate, but I do see their intelligence. I see it. They have their own ways of communicating with me, right? And they say that dolphins are extremely, like they're more intelligent than dogs. And in the US, we are banned from interacting with them whatsoever. Like we could get in trouble legally, right? So there's a lot of, and since they're so intelligent, there's a lot of conspiracy theories that believe that there's something going on under the ocean, and dolphins in their own way could actually let us know. You know, just like dogs, they tell you, like, you know, you have dogs that they train, the police train, they tell you about like drugs and things, and they're very smart too. Dolphins are smarter than dogs, right? So that's the theory. Like, we're not allowed to interact with dolphins, at least in the US, because they might tell us about things under the ocean that don't actually, that they don't want us to know, you know? What is under the ocean? People are so focused in space. What's down there? You know what I mean? There are things down there for sure. Like, what is going on down there? Okay, so I'm in the US. Juan says, you probably haven't seen this because you're younger than me, but some of these comments reminds me of the Space Goes Coast to Coast. It was a cartoon talk show and it was weird. Let me look it up. Space Goes Coast to Coast. Let's see. All I see is the guy face palming, so I could see the vibe. I could see the vibe. The first picture is the main character just face palming. It's funny. Interacting with dolphins is banned. Yes, from what I've heard. Let me just look that. Is it illegal to interact with a dolphin in the US? Yes, it is illegal to interact with wild dolphins in the U.S. under Marine Mammal Protection Act, which prohibits harassing, feeding, or attempting to closely approach these animals. Even if they come up to you, you can get in legal issues, which is ridiculous, unless they're the ones in captive, like, you know, when you go like to like, I don't know, like an amusement park or something, right? But that's different. They're like raised in captive. So, and they're so smart too. Like dolphins will like group up together and will like fight off like sharks and things. And sometimes they have empathy towards other animals, and sometimes they're a little evil toward. They remind me of the Fae, a little evil towards other animals. But like there are cases where dolphins will literally see a whale and a shark coming towards the whale, and they'll come and protect the whale. Like they'll like go around the whale, try and shoo away the shark so the shark doesn't try to eat the whale. Or they'll like take humans up because they know humans can breathe. Like they're so intelligent, and they communicate interspecies. So there's different types of dolphins and different types of species, and they send signals. They coordinate together. They are extremely, and they're empathetic, but also they're little nasty little creatures, because they have been known to our humans too. They're kind of like that's the level of intelligence. Like it's up there. And they have their individual personalities too. So each one is different, just like a human. Cats are different. Each one is different. Every animal has their own personality. But you know what I mean? Like their intelligence level is high. So just how we communicate with our pets and we think they're so intelligent, imagine a dolphin. Imagine. There's a reason why, besides protecting them, which we should protect them, but there's a reason why we're banned to communicate with wild ones, I feel like. And people used to do dolphin births. Like dolphins will help women birth in the ocean. Like that's an actual thing. And there are tribes all over the world that will literally work with dolphins, and they help them birth children. And the birth is like way healthier. Babies tend to be healthier and all this stuff. They're intelligent creatures. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments real quickly. Blazing Gloriously says, good luck on your streams, was cruising through lives and saw yours, figured I'd join in, I'll sub, have fun journey girly. Yeah, if you guys like this type of content when we talk about all the weird stuff in our reality and you guys share your own stories, and it's a community where we just talk and chat and see each other's perspectives. Make sure to like and subscribe. We're an open community and hopefully we keep growing. Maybe I should like make a nickname for you guys, because it's fun. We're all friends here. I have to think of a cool nickname. Okay, so Juan says, Lafa, you love it. It's funny. I mean, I saw the face palm, so I know it's funny. Like literally the first thing is face palm. Country Curse says, they have all the secrets and can't tell us. Yeah. We're people that meet, like the news is trying to have you focus in space. What's in space? 3-eyed Atlas. Look at that. What's in the ocean? What do you mean what's in space? The ocean's already here, you know? Juan Catalan says, it was real cartoon from Hanna-Barbera about a superhero from the future named Space Ghost. Ooh. And someone came up with the idea of making a parody version of Space Ghost as a talk show. And then he's facepalm. It is probably really funny. I really like there was like Dawn of the Dead. There was like I never actually watched the real show. I watched the spin-off comedy version, and I think it was Shaun of the Dead, and it was so funny. Like I love the spin-off. Do you guys remember Scary Movie 1, Scary Movie 2? All the funny spin-off, or the spin-off of Twilight, they're hilarious. Conmar says, don't drink my blood. Are you a vampire? Dun, dun, dun. Sean Patrick says, Paulina, I'm fascinated with dolphins too. Have you heard about the experiment they did on Dolphin Nation in the 60s? No, tell us. Sean, tell us about it. I did hear about like a woman where the dolphin fell in love with the woman, and it became very depressed when she was taken out of taking care of it, and it died of a broken heart. That is like the saddest thing. I see, like it was cat in captive. That's sad, you know, like Oh my God, that broke my heart. Like, oh, I think, is that the one you're talking about? She captivated, like, but it wasn't even free in the ocean, and then it died of a broken heart. Like, oh my God, that hurt my heart. All right, like, it's different if you communicate with them in the ocean and they're free, but dude, and then it was just like depressed. Like, that's how they feel empathy. They can literally get depressed and pass away. You know, like dogs do the same. So Marin says, I want you to come to for this one. Okay. Okay. Juan Catalan says, yeah, that poor dolphin, that should have been considered abuse and legal charges placed on. Yeah, like, I feel like so bad because it wasn't like there's one thing when if you're in the ocean and or maybe if you're like a dock or something and the dolphins come and visit you. Like where I live, there's like you can go near the ocean and there are dolphins that come up and they say hi, you know? And we're not supposed to communicate, but sometimes they'll say hi. But the thing is, like, there are dolphins that come up and they're free, right? They can still have a communication with you, even though you're legally not supposed to. But they're free, right? And even if they fall in love with you, they're still free to the ocean. This one was like captain, and then the lady left, and it got depressed. It just broke my heart watching that. So Sean Patrick says, oh my gosh, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I was like, I think this one you're talking about. Juan says, I remember that story. Yes. That one broke my heart. That story was just so sad. It was just left there and it just died. Like, oh, it went like to the bottom and like, I'm pretty sure it like drowned itself. Oh God. The dolphin's the real one. Yeah. Totally affected me too. Yeah. So cruel. My dolphins like that. They did. Yeah. I mean, they're so intelligent. So they feel that they can feel a lot like humans. They just your dog feels a lot, you know, but they're more intelligent than dogs. That one was really weird though. The one interacted with the dolphin. Yeah, I think she did do some weird stuff. I just said, well, ethnicity, you sound Mexican, but you slightly look Asian. You know what? You're not the first person to say that I look Asian. I'm like, do I have an Asian? I don't, like, I've never seen it before until I started doing YouTube. And I've gotten that comment like 2 or 3 times. And I'm like, really? What about the dog story? Oh, I don't know about the dog story. Minu says, honestly, your energy is fascinating. That's it. That's what life's about. Being comfortable and doing what you like to do. Yes! Do what you like to do. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to cultivate this community and grow it. And we can, you know, have community where we talk about all the weird stuff. And if you like this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe because I live all the time. I just had no, I think it's cool. I'm like, ooh, there's something in my background that makes it look like that. And honestly, I think the Asian countries, specifically like South Korean, Japan, even China, there's a lot of Asian countries, but they're so good with skincare. I am like there's this lady that I've seen that she's good in Chinese medicine and she's like massaged my back and my face. They're so good with skincare. Like culturally, they've learned how to take care of the skin so well, and I feel like we can learn a lot from them. And also like Chinese medicine too. Them all like, thanks. Well, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Please subscribe. I do live all the time, and I will see you next time. Bye.